Yo, this is Eternal Plays Pokemon Omega Ruby. Now, the fifth and final opponent in round 2 of the Pokemon League is the man himself, Steven Stone. He has 6 Pokemon like last time, but now he has replaced both the fossil Pokemon, so we won't see Claydol and we won't see Armaldo. They've been replaced. And instead, he has chosen to bring in 2 other Pokemon instead. So he still will have a very steel and rock heavy lineup, but a bit different lineup, should we say. So it'll be interesting to see perhaps a bit what he will choose. Don't you think? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out. First things first. I'm going to start this one with Manectric, because the one he starts with is the same he started with last time. But be warned, his Pokemon is high level. There's 77 except for his final Pokemon, which is level 79. That will also be the one he will Mega Evolve. So be warned, it's going to be a heavy hitting fest. But it should be fun. Once you're ready, go forward and face Steven, the champion, or now the former champion, because we are a champion, but well, we'll see how he says it. Let's go. Welcome, champion. Let me test my skills against you once again. Yeah, that's all he says. Versus Steven, Pokémon League Champion, which is kind of weird. He's like for the former Pokémon League Champion. But we'll see how he will do it. He will start with Skarmory. That's fine. That's why I chose to use Manectric. I will not Mega Evolve Manectric because we're only going to use him for this one, because we're going to have a lot of Pokemon that is going to be hard to beat with Manectric. Let's go with Thunderbolt. He has 30, so he will survive. Still a very close one though. He will send out Spikes. Spikes is a move that will cause damage to Pokemon that switches in. You use Full Restore, that's what I expected. Don't worry though, because you're gonna Thunderbolt again. Do note that Sturdy will only proc if the Pokemon is at 100% HP and then goes down to 1. Goes down to 0 basically. So what you can do though to avoid Sturdy is to use a non-tuber damaging move, and then you use the super hard move, because then Sturdy won't really work. Next up is Aggronz. Aggron, dual type, steel and rock. Very, very heavy hitting Pokemon. Tanky. But steel and rock dual type means he has 2 major weaknesses. He's weak to both fighting and ground. Both fire and ground are bad to him, because steel and rock are both weak to ground. And they're both weak to fighting. So if you do have a special attack on this one, you will do massive damage. Just use a physical attack, which is why I'm going to bring in Swampert. And Swampert is the one I'm going to Mega Evolve. Spikes will hurt us, that's fine. So it's time to get in Mega Swampert Earthquake. Here we go. You can also use Surf here, no problem, because yeah, rock type are weak to water, not steel, but he will still take massive damage from Surf. Let's go Earthquake in. He will survive because he has 30, just like Skarmory. He'll Earthquake himself, which is fine. Deal some damage, but not too much. Probably will Full Restore. No, he won't. Oh, let's just Surf then. Just say PP for something else. Because you want to save Earthquake for the last one. Rayquaza level 79. Next up will be Carbink. That is one of his new Pokemon. So Carbink is a dual type rock and Fairy type. You know what it means? If you do have a Steel move, you will deal 4 times damage to Carbink, because Carbink being a dual type Rock and Fairy type means it has a 4-time weakness to Steel. So if you have a Steel move, you can destroy Carbink in a single hit. If you don't though, which I don't have a Steel move sadly. If you do have a Steel move, you can 1-hit KO the Carbink easily. And while it's also floating in the air, don't worry, it doesn't have Levitate. You can also use Earthquake here. So yeah, it has some weaknesses. It's weak to water, it's weak to grass, yeah. It's weak to Steel, especially Steel, because there's a 4-time weakness to Steel. We can do water as well. We will survive though, because it has pretty heavy special defense. Moonblast, doing some damage, but it's not very high special attack. He will use a full restore on it, that's fine, because we will just use Surf to take it down again. Like that. And now, this time, we got a full KO. That's nice. Next up will be Claydol. Claydol, dual type, ground and psychic, but this one has Levitate. Even though it doesn't really matter though, that much. So Claydol is annoying because he has both Reflect and Light Screen. And it's a very tanky Pokemon. He's still weak to some things, like he's still weak to grass, for example. So when I switch in Sceptile. He's also weak to ice, because it's a ground type. So we have multiple ways to deal with this one. Just don't use Magical Blade Skin because they're weak to ground. But have Sceptile have some fun as well. Sceptile, which is Claydol. Let's go with Leaf Blade. Whoa! He actually 1-hit KO, that's pretty impressive, because Claydol is rather tanky. But apparently not tanky enough. He comes to the next new Pokemon he has now Aerodactyl. So we switched out Armaldo and Cradley for Carbink and Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is a dual type Rock and Flying. I have to get in Swampert again, because Aerodactyl has Rock Slide and then he has Ice Fang, Thunder Fang and Fire Fang. But none of these are super effective against Swampert because he's immune to Thunder Fang. He's resistant to both Ice Fang. He's not resistant to Ice Fang though, but he's normal damage from it. Doesn't matter me much though. In fact, I might actually use this turn now because the next Pokemon is going to be the dangerous one. I'm actually going to use Hyper Potion onto Swampert. Because the next Pokemon we're going to face afterwards is going to be the tough one. Comes Ice Fang. Did some damage, but not much. Because he's not an Ice type, doesn't really do much damage. Let's now use Surf. Because Aerodactyl is weak to water, and his special defense is also not that great. There we go. And now one more Pokemon, we know exactly who it is. It's his prime Pokemon, and that's going to be Metagross. And just like the first round, he will Mega Evolve the Metagross. Metagross dual type Steel and Psychic. It's weak to ground, and he doesn't have Levitate. Thank for that. So one Earthquake should take it down. Here comes the Mega Evolving. Mega Metagross, level 79, very high level, very powerful. We'll use Earthquake. And that's going to be a one-hit KO. Yeah, that's one reason why Swampert is so great. Because he's the great Pokemon to use against Metagross. And that's how we beat Steven round 2. Phew. I knew you will be strong, but I regret our battle, because each time that I battle you, I learn more about Pokemon. Yes, I have something I'd like to give you in thanks for all you've done. And now we get the Metagrossite, now we can have our own Mega Metagross as well. That is a very special piece from my collection, but I think you're capable of appreciating its worth. Come, it's time to record your great victory. So we're going to Hall of Fame again, and we're going to get our stuff collected again. This room. This is where we maintain records of Pokemon that prevailed through the harshest of battles. It is here that the League Champions are honored. Come, we use this machine to record your name and the names of the partners who battle along you with your triumph over the Pokémon League. This will be the second time we do this, but that's fine. So, this is the same team we used in round 1, the exception that Groudon was switched out with Rayquaza. Aside from that though, it's the same team. Hall of Fame is Manectric, 77. Gardevoir, 76. Rayquaza, which only used against Drake, 79. Swampert, Great Pokemon level 89. Blaziken level 77. And finally, Sceptile at level 85. Yeah, Swampert and Sceptile are kind of high level because they were traded and I had it with them from the beginning. That's why they always were ahead of leveling. Plus, I think Water Ground is great together. And Sceptile is also good. Anyway, I think, well, is not Blaziken higher? Well, he's my starter, yes, but that's the thing as well. But that being a starter doesn't mean it's the best choice, I guess you can say. In a way. You get the credits again, you always get the credits when you beat the Pokémon League. I think it's nice though. You're biking around, you can even see your Mega Ring or the special bracelet on your left hand, which you can use to Mega Evolve. I wonder if they're ever going to reintroduce Mega Evolutions again, because the Mega Evolutions did return in Gen 7 with the Z moves. But then both Mega Evolutions and Z moves were gone in Gen 8 because of Gigantamax and Dynamax. Dynamax is kind of like Mega Evolution, but it's sometimes also not the same. I don't know. I think Gigantamax Dynamax was fine, but maybe it was a bit too much over the edge, perhaps. Maybe, in a way. We'll see, though. At least now we have Pokémon Legends Arceus, which is nice to get a little spin-off. Now, as of this recording, we still haven't heard anything yet about Gen 9. And we don't know, and at least, I don't know, at least when it's recording, I don't know if they have announced anything regarding something more about remakes. Like, there were some rumors in the start of 2022 that there might be a Pokemon Let's Go getting a second iteration with Let's Go in the Johto region. That could be. But I'm really wondering if how they're gonna make Gen 9 though, because apparently people say that they do hint at future generations in games that exists. And apparently some people think that Gen 9 might be China, or it might be in India. I wouldn't mind if they had a Gen 9 in Scandinavia, but I think Sinnoh region is kind of a bit too similar, not like completely similar, but it has some similarities because Gen 4 is based on Hokkaido, the northeastern island of Japan, which is basically the coldest area of Japan. And Gen 3, this one, is based on Kyushu, which is the southwestern island of Japan, which is the warmest one aside from Okinawa, which are the islands on the southwestern part of Japan, which is very sort of tropical climate, almost more closely to the Alola region, even though Alola region is Hawaii. But Okinawa is very close to Hawaii, in a way. Not like in distance, but in warmth. Yeah, that's maybe better to say it. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I just hope don't wait too long with Gen 9 now, because now Gen 8 has now been out for, was it 2.5 years? So it's maybe a bit still early to get Gen 9. So I don't think we'll be getting Gen 9 this year. I think Gen 9 is going to come out in 2023 at earliest. We'll see though. I do think we're going to get more Pokemon games this year though. Like, yes, Local Legend Arceus has come out, and I do think we're going to get a another Pokemon game by the end of the year, but I think it's going to be Let's Go or something else. And I think maybe early next year, 2023, they will announce Gen 9. And it'll be interesting to see how they will do with Gen 9 now, because, I mean, you can say that Pokemon Legend Arceus was taking a lot of things from Pokemon Sword and Shield with the wild area, and then how they also created the expansions. I think all the armor was fine. It was colorful, but it was a bit small, maybe. And I think Crown Tundra was great. It was great storytelling for an expansion, even though it felt a bit barren. But then again, that's kind of what Pokemon Legend Arceus as well. It's kind of a bit barren, even though they have Pokemon, but it is sort of like a very large wild area. It will be still interesting to see though. I do hope that Gen 9 is going to be good, but seriously Pokemon Company. I know we're getting a lot of Pokemon. I know Gen 9 we might actually burst 1,000 Pokemon. Might be. In Gen 9 we might be reaching Pokemon number 1,000. I still want you to spend time to make sure we can have all Pokemon. It will be hard to balancing, yes, it's going to be tough. But you know what? We need to remember the catchphrase of Pokemon. And that is, gotta catch them all. That's what Pokemon is about. No matter of balancing, no matter of hard or anything else, that people love Pokemon because they want to collect them all. And people have a love when it comes to do that. They like to breed for competitive play, for EVs and IVs, and there are people that wants to get all the shinies, which can be a tough thing as well. And that's the reason why people love these Pokemon games. I don't need Pokemon to be like super 8K graphics and realistic and blah blah blah, because that doesn't need to. I think Arceus, the graphics is fine, the cell shading is fine. I'm not saying it can be better, of course it can, but you get my point. It'll be interesting to see though. I mean, I'll still support Pokemon. I heard some people are going to be like cancel Pokemon and they're no longer Pokemon fans. No, you know what? I've been a Pokemon fan since even before the anime came out in Norway. The anime came out almost same time as the games came out. But I played the Pokemon games since it came out. I even played before. Yes, I did play Pokemon on emulator before it came out in Norway. I played Pokemon Blue on emulator, but that was I think it was with the American ROM. I think it was American ROM, or I used a fan translated English ROM. Can't remember, but it was something like that. Anyway, let's see. Credits are gone now. Are we back to... Yeah, we don't have battle without rival this time. So we should be going back to our room now. Yeah, we are. Good. So once you've done the credits, you remember the game was saved as you did the... with the Elite... with the battle with Steven. So we're back here in our room. That's good. So that will be another episode. Now that's basically how you beat Elite Four and Champion. and you can fight them again. They won't be getting any more level ups or changing in the party. This is the party we saw now in round 2 is what they will have from now on. And again, if you do have legendary Pokemon that you fail to catch, you knock them out or something like that, don't worry, just do what I did now. Fight Elite Four and Champion. Then you can go and search for the legendary Pokemon again. They'll be at exactly the same place where you fought them last time. And if you knock them out again, you fight Elite Four and Champion again, and then you can go try them again. So legendary Pokemon will never disappear forever. They will only disappear after you catch them. If you catch them and then release them or send them over to your bank and so on, then you won't be getting them again. So, for as long as you catch them once, then you've done it. Anyway, next episode, guys, will be the last episode of my Let's Play, because we do have one legendary Pokemon we failed to capture. That's because I overestimated the power of the Mega Rayquaza. I knocked out Deoxys with a single Dragon Pulse. This shows how powerful Mega Rayquaza is. So next episode, we're gonna go back to Sky Pillar. We're gonna find Deoxys, and we're going to capture him. And this time, I'll be using Breloom. And we see how the tactic worked with Dusk Ball and Timer Ball. But be warned, Deoxys is level 80 and Psychic typed, so he might be knocking out my Breloom before we get there. But we'll try. We'll try our best. So stay tuned, guys. The season finale is next. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. That's it for now. See you next time. It's my journey in Pokemon Omega Ruby.